I can't speak highly enough about the team and the execution and both products. Everything went extremely well.
Hello everyone, I'm Russ Van Natta and I am here at Airway Fun Center in Portage, Michigan, joined by Tyler Hauser, the general manager. Tyler, thank you so much for having us here. I'm really excited to be with you today.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
absolutely.
Glad to have you guys.
Absolutely. Well, we're here because we just recently installed a new mini golf course as well as a 6-player ValoArena system for you. But beyond that, I wanted to pick your brain and get some of your keys to success that you guys have seen, because this is not your first endeavor in adding new attractions into the mix. And so what I'd love for you to share at first is the history originally with Airway and where you guys started and how you've grown over the years and continually look to see new ways to be relevant for your guests.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So Airway opened back in 2003. We started with 40 lanes of bowling, bumper cars, indoor bumper cars, Quiznos restaurant, and that was about it.
Okay.
And our business model here at Airway has been to add something new every single year.
Yeah.
We've stuck to that model. Since then, we've added laser tag, outdoor go-karts, 18 holes of miniature golf, laser maze, time freak, palladium, escape rooms, painting with a twist, VIP suite, full arcade. I mean, so it's been quite the ride, and yeah, been a lot of fun.
You guys have outdoor mini golf, and so was there a concern by adding indoor mini golf on top of that those could cannibalize, or how is that playing out for you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we're so seasonal here in Michigan.
Sure.
So when
your month and a half of summer.
Yes, yeah, feels like it sometimes. When that weather turns, we realize people still want to play some mini golf, and we
Sure.
thought, it would be a great fit for what we do and our clientele and the staff as well.
Yeah. So you guys picked a pirate theme for your 7-hole course. And so what drew you to the pirate theme versus any other options that you were initially exploring?
I think just cosmetically we really liked it.
Yeah.
Honestly, all of the products look fantastic, but we just felt like this fit our culture and our center the best.
Yeah.
And it turned out fantastic, and we couldn't be happier with that selection.
I love it. Well, when we look at something, and we were just walking the course and kind of going through some things, like, are there elements of the course that are your personal favorite? And then I'll have a follow-up for, are there things that you see the guests really gravitate towards when they're on the course?
Yeah, I think initially my favorite part of it was the interaction pieces with the guests.
Sure.
We've got 3 different interaction pieces when they walk through the bridge, the sounds, and seeing people light up when that sound goes off is super fun.
Yeah.
To the second part of that, though, we've got a great photo op in the arena, right by hole number 4 and 5, and just seeing families gather there and take photos, and just that experience really is probably my favorite part.
Well, and the muralist putting the Airway Fun Center logo on the flag or on the sails of the pirate ship and getting some of that grassroots exposure is a great touch.
It's a really good touch. Yeah.
When you look at something, let's say even like ValoArena as well, that you were looking to add. So when we were adding all of this, it's right next to the arcade, obviously, here. Are there things that ValoArena brought to the table from a guest experience that you guys really felt were going to resonate well with the guests, and how have they responded to it?
Yeah, so the guest response to Valo has been very, very great. The throughput has been fast. The gameplay has been superior, really. A lot of good feedback on that. I think it's just, again, more of that social competitive.
Yeah.
And I think we're, at least here in Portage, we're seeing a trend of that.
Yes.
So I think that really hit that out of the park with that. And I think that's the biggest feedback we've gotten from the guests, is just the families in there competing against each other, having a little fun, and seeing who wins at the end.
I love that.
Yeah.
So as we started to get into the planning process and the execution of the mini golf and the ValoArena, what were some of the, sticky points or areas that we had to do some troubleshooting to make sure that we ended up with the best result?
Yeah, so I think, obviously we had an existing laser tag arena with the vesting room, so, really demoing that and getting that all cleared out and available for both the new attractions to come in was kind of our first obstacle, if you will. I'll tell you that working with the Creative Works team and our project manager, everything was laid out really clear. I felt like my team had a good understanding of what needed to be done and how it needed to be done. So I felt really, really good about where we stood with that. I think later on, what worried me the most was we tried to stay open through all of this. So
okay.
You can see we're right next to our game room here, so having the game room available for our customers while demoing and installing new things. just made me a little nervous at times, but we worked through it. And yeah.
Would you make that same choice again to stay open through that construction process, and if so, would there be some tweaks to how you guys manage guest expectations through that process?
Yeah, so I think I definitely would. I would make the same decision again. The team again was great. They understood what our objective was, to keep the game room open, and they were very communicative and helped us work around that. Operationally, we learned as we went. So
sure.
We created some more signage, and we created some more barriers to keep people out of the areas, just to keep everybody safe and comfortable. And I think if anything, we would just been a little bit more apt to having some of that stuff, out beforehand.
On the front end. Sure. Yeah. Well, and it's always okay. Well, we need to be able to continue to generate revenue while we're open. We don't want to deprive guests of the opportunity to come and celebrate and escape as they're coming into the center. But it also can be one where you use it to build up some anticipation. Where the guests are asking you consistently, "Hey, what's new?" It's like, this is what's new. This is going to be the next new thing. So as you go through a process like this, and you guys have done it in a variety of different ways, whether it's revamping your VIP lanes and adding more food and beverage, what are some of the really critical decision factors that you would say to other operators of, like, hey, when you're picking your vendors, whether it's Creative Works or it's an architect or it's a this or that, like, what are some of the things that you would encourage them to ask as they go through processes like this?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think for us, we're big on relationships. We've got a lot of relationships within the industry, and we lean on those relationships first and foremost. Obviously, product,
sure.
is probably the next. We want a superior product and something that our guests are going to, be able to enjoy, and that's going to be able to withstand a lot of throughput. So I think that would probably be the next thing. And then after that, I think it's just, again, communication. Just making sure everyone's on the same page, which, again, I feel like Creative Works did an excellent job. There was a lot of moving parts throughout this process, and to keep everyone on the same page, it was important that we had that communication, and it went very well.
Well, I still think back to, and I forget what it was earlier in our planning process, but we're all hopping on a call with you and your team, and then our designer and our project manager, and we're literally kind of mixing stuff around on the layout set and changing. Okay, what if we move this wall here and do that? And I think the big thing that we always try to encourage folks is, like, hey, let's have a good understanding of what we think success looks like, but then also be ready to kind of pivot and adjust to some of the real life curveballs that come up anytime that we're trying to do elements like that. And your team has always been so exceptional with, hey, not only that, but what if we also did this, or we think that this would be there. So we just greatly appreciate your guys' insights as operators too, in helping us, kind of plan through that very well. So if you could sum up your experience with the Creative Works Mini Golf and ValoArena project, what would that be?
Wow. No. No, it was, again, I can't speak highly enough about the team and the execution and both products. Everything went extremely well. I know I'm way past one word, but it was fantastic. It was great.
So just because I'm always looking to put a report card together for our team members and how we can always be better, is there a particular person on the project that from our team that really stood out and helped you guys through the process, and who was that, and how can I give them a little bit of kudos?
Zach really throughout the entire process, kept me in the loop, kept me informed on things, any changes that we needed to make. We even had to sit down at Amusement 360 and kind of went over things on the fly. So he was really on top of everything and did a really great job. And I think my maintenance team would second that. He was communicative with them as well. And again, any changes or anything we needed on the fly, he was very responsive to. And we appreciated Zach.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Tyler. It's always a pleasure to get to see you. I feel like I get spoiled every time because we get to nerd out on so many great things. But wish you guys all the best success in continuing to grow and build the brand.
It's always great to see you, Russ. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it.